Welcome. I'd like to give you a quick overview on this computational worksheet generator, and to give you a little bit of background on this, I'm a high school teacher. I use Excel quite a bit. We're working in an Excel environment. You would need to own a copy of Excel or have access to that to use this. This is just the software that runs on that program, or the file that runs on that software, excuse me. But the background is, when my son was in second grade, his second grade math teacher really kept the kids going with worksheets, and whether it be worksheets, timesheets, or practice, and she created games off of worksheets. She just wanted worksheets, and she had created Word files and was changing. Maybe some of you do this, just going in, changing numbers around to get different worksheets. And I thought, wow, there's got to be a better way to do this. So I created this for her, and as it turns out, that program was widely used throughout their entire grade school, into even the middle school teachers were using this. And so I've rewritten this a little bit and added some bells and whistles to it. Hope you like it. Anyway, down at the bottom here, you can see we have 8 worksheet tabs in addition to this header page. And I have an addition, subtraction, multiplication, division page, and a key for each of those. Let's take a look at the addition page. On the addition page right now, you can see we have a list of problems here. If I take a look at the printout, what this would look like if I printed, file, print, there's what we would get. 24 problems nicely spaced out. If we go back here, you have the freedom to change this. This could be, we could just change this to, let's say, Tuesday worksheet. You can change that. Nice thing about this program is, if you look at number 1, 85 plus 20, if I click on the addition key, add key worksheet, 85 to 20, notice Tuesday worksheet now appears here. Look back and forth, 22, 91 plus 21, 22, 91 plus 21 with the result, and that would print out. So you'd have a printout. Same formats, just now it includes the solutions. So there's your key. So pretty slick. All of these values are tied into the previous page. Subtraction. Right now we're subtracting numbers between 10 and 30 with numbers between 10 and 20. Now I understand, think about this, you could take a 30 from this first number, or excuse me, a 10 from this first number and try to subtract a 20. When we generate, that will not happen. It's built into, this is a macro. It's called a macro in Excel. It allows us to hit a button and run a routine, and within that macro is code written that doesn't allow the bottom number to be larger than the top. We're not going to work with negative numbers or negative integers at this time. So let's say we want to work just on some bigger subtraction problems where we might need to borrow across 100, across the 0. So maybe I would want to have my first number be from 100 up to maybe 109, and my second numbers between, let's say they're between 14 and 30. I don't know. No real reason for that. 14 and 30 though. So now we generate that, and you see we would have a lot of borrowing to do on these problems. Again, 103, if for instance you saw 107 minus 23 right next to 108 minus 24, you said, well, those problems are virtually the same problem. They're too similar. We could just strike another one. We can change those problems at our whim, or we can regenerate the whole worksheet. And again, if I go to the subtraction key, this one I named something else. But back on this page, you can put whatever name, your title here, and that will change on the subtraction key, your title here. Okay, multiplication. Of course this has multiplication. Right now it looks like we have specialized in 3-digit numbers times numbers from 2 to 9. Maybe you want a very basic worksheet for a beginning multiplication class. Maybe you want to go from 0 to 9, or let's make it 10. The kids always like multiplying by 10. And 0 to 10, and we generate that. And you see we have very, very basic multiplication for your kids to work on as they're just learning their times tables. Multiplication key. There's our key with solutions. We switch back. We want to change this. We have too many problems with 0, although there aren't many here. Here's a 0 times 3, 0 times 6, so I want to change this guy. I see a 7 times 3. You can change. Now, we're pretty limited. We may get some repeats, but repeats are good for the kids. How about this? You really want to focus on their multiplying by 7. This is slick. Let me go from, let's go values from 10 through 40. And let's set the second min to be 7 and 7 for the max. Now we generate, and you see we're just totally focusing on multiplying by 7. And what do I notice right away? Ooh, 23 times 7, 23 times 7, 40 times 40, 40 times 40. If you notice a number of those, maybe you just want to regenerate the whole shebang. So you can really pinpoint what the skill is you want students to work on. Multiplication key, there it is with our solutions. I've used a little smaller font so we can get into some bigger number multiplication up to solutions at 10,000 or so. Okay, division worksheet. This looks smaller. I've just zoomed in a little bit here, but again, if we take a look at what our printout of that page is going to look like, nicely spaced out. All the other 3 computations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, have 24 problems. The division, sometimes that takes the kids a little bit more room, so we're going to go ahead and just have 16 per worksheet on this. But the nice thing is we can really focus in, much like the last one. Maybe I want to work on division by 6, so I just say minimum 6 to 6. Now notice, you'd say, oh, well, this number's bigger than 50 to 150. Well, we're not picking the divisor, or the dividend, excuse me. Yep, we are picking the quotient, what this answer up here will be. So if I want to have smaller numbers than this, I need smaller solutions. Let's say that we're going to have solutions from 10 to 20. Now generate, and we get some smaller ones, but notice 6 will divide every one of these numbers, so you may get some repeats. I've got 3 of these right in a row, but you have that local control over it, or regenerate the entire worksheet until you're satisfied. But the local control really adds, this is something I didn't have on my old version, and I know that the teachers will really appreciate that. And again, the division key, there it is. It's bigger. I've just zoomed in on a different feature within Excel on this just so you get a closer look of what we've got. But if we were to go to File, Print, notice there it is in the same format with our solution. So I think you're going to just get a huge amount of use out of this. As I said, you will have some control over. I will have the keys will be protected, but the division, like in here, you can change the name of this. You can change fields in here. If something gets fouled up, you should always have a copy of your original program. You can go back to it, but really user-friendly. It's gotten just rave reviews from the teachers who have used it, and motivates me because I know I'm helping a lot of teachers help a lot of kids. So hope this is something that's helpful for you. Don't hesitate. This is at Teachers Pay Teachers. Very, very nominal fee on this one. Trust me, you're going to get a lot more use out of it than that. And there will be contact information on there. Don't hesitate to contact me if you feel like anything can be improved on this. Thank you for your time, and good luck in your classrooms.